Hello Aquarius, welcome back to Guiding Star Astrology with Ksenia. I'm April, your resident tarot reader. Today we're just going to do a general reading. The video is good for, or the reading rather, is good for any time you're finding it. I make a little disclaimer at the beginning of each reading that this is a general reading, so a lot of people will be listening to this. So you may hear things that don't apply. If they don't apply, just disregard them, take what does. More than likely, what doesn't apply was meant for someone else, okay? So, oh gosh, my incense is, they're coming over here. You can see the smoke. I don't want to start coughing or anything during the reading. So, oops, it's still there. Let's see if that helps. I apologize, Aquarius. So if something resonates, great. If it doesn't, disregard it. It's probably meant for something else. So, this is a timeless reading, so it's good for any time you're finding it. It doesn't have to apply when it's posted. I like to always say, like, everything's kind of meant to be. You're supposed to hear something when you're supposed to hear it. Okay? All right, so let's get started, Aquarius. I'll do what I do at the beginning of each reading. I'll close my eyes. I'll start to pray. Speak to the angels, my angels, your angels, my guides, your guides. Excuse me, guys. Okay, yeah, it's starting to get warm in here. My guides, your guides, my ancestors, your ancestors, the mother, the father, and just the angels, like most importantly, the angels, right? So I'm going to close my eyes, do my thing, and see what we have for you today, Aquarius, okay? One moment, please. I do this while I shuffle, if you couldn't already tell. Okay, Aquarius, let's start your reading. I will be pulling an oracle card at the end of your reading, and I'll show you the deck. It's really, really cool. I really love it. So let's get started with your reading, finally, after I'm done with my spiel. All right, what do we have for Aquarius today? Universe. All right. Okay. Nice, very lovely spread. Okay, so we're starting off with the Eight of Cups. So cups represent emotions. It's how we feel, feelings, emotions, things of that nature. Now with the Eight of Cups, this card can either be read two ways. The first way is you're walking away from something. Okay, actually three meanings. Let me back up. So either you're walking away or distancing yourself from something or someone. I see this is probably more than likely a relationship reading. It doesn't always have to be romantic. It can be any relationship, family, children, co-workers, friendships. Because I do believe that, we can have soulmates who are just friends, right? And I'll explain why soulmates came in at the end of the reading. So the Eight of Cups is about walking away from something to find your complete happiness. So the Ten of Cups is the ultimate happiness card, right? So the Eight implies that you're almost there, but you're not. You're close, but you're not getting what you want. Like something isn't fulfilling you. The second meaning that this card has is you're dealing with someone who's long distance. Maybe they're in another state, maybe they're like in another town that's like an hour or two away from you. But take it as it applies. And then the third meaning behind this card is you're emotionally detaching from something. Okay, so emotionally detaching, I'd say, is kind of like walking away, but not doing it physically, not saying goodbye. Like maybe you're kind of withholding your emotions. You're saying, I'm not going to give you what you're not giving me, right? So this is about detaching. It's about walking away from something. It could imply distance between you and your beloved, whoever this applies to, a relationship, a family member, children, friendships, things of that nature. It could be love. I'm feeling like this reading is probably geared more towards a love reading. So the Eight of Cups, implies walking away, emotionally detaching from something. It's not a very happy card, I will say that. Like, some part of your life you're unsatisfied with. And if this is a relationship, then perhaps, like, this is the beginning of the end for you, right? And if this is the case, you already know it by the time you're finding this reading. Excuse me. This is just a confirmation of how you already feel or have been feeling. Okay, so let's move on to the next card, Aquarius. So here we have the Eight of Coins. So coins, I use the Fountain Tarot. Coins in this deck are pentacles. So pentacle energy is Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. So the Eight of Pentacles, and the pentacles kind of they're about finances, the material world, material things. Finances. I think I may have said that. Excuse me. It's pretty late here, and I just got back from a 3-day retreat. So forgive me if I repeated myself. Let's see. Things of value. Things we value. This could be a person, place, things. It also applies to you're building something. So you see how this gentleman on this card is kind of like building. He's got like there's probably seven sticks or whatever he's using. Let me see what these are. Yeah, they look like sticks for now, or poles, or however, but you get the gist. So he's just adding like another one to build something. So this could be like building your savings, working on valuing yourself, okay? And like I said, with the Eight of Cups, the Ten of Cups is like ultimate fulfillment of happiness. Now, you're building, so this is the 8. The 10 is not too far away. So the 10 of Pentacles is kind of like the ultimate goal has been reached, whatever goal you have in mind. So this is a very goal-oriented card. This is about planning, building. Like I said, it could be, saving up to buy something of high value, like a home, a car, paying for college, anything. So take this as it applies. I can only give you what the card meaning is, and then you'll take it how it applies. But also self-worth, like pentacles are about value, money, things that we value, and you could be working on your self-value. That's not completely out of the arena here. So I feel like whatever you're walking away from, you're walking away to finish a goal or realize some goal, right? Whether it be yourself, within this relationship. If this is a love reading, which I'm more inclined to say that it is, given the other cards that are laid out here. So let's see. Let me try to think of something else that this could apply to. Building a career. Maybe you're considering becoming an entrepreneur and you're building your own business, right? So something like that. So something of great value, something of great worth. You're either considering it or you're in the midst of building it, realizing a goal. So take it how it applies, Aquarius. Okay. So we'll move on to the next card, which is the Nine of Wands. Now, wands are fire signs: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So you could have one of those signs in your alignment. You could be dealing with a person who's an Aries, Leo, or Sag, who has those signs in their alignment. So the Nine of Wands. So wands are about fire, energy, inspiration, motivation. War, battle, warrior type. Energy. So the Nine of Wands implies that you're fighting some kind of battle. You're in the midst of fighting some upward heaval, but the Nine of Wands says you're not giving up. Like, this is something that you are going to battle and see through. Okay, so we have something you're building, something you're walking away to realize some goal, and you're fighting for it, Aquarius. You're fighting for it. And, wands are also means success. So whatever it is you're battling or fighting for, you will succeed in whatever the goal is, okay? And this could apply with anything: a job, a career, entrepreneurship, a relationship, um, someone you're dealing with. Or maybe someone you're dealing with is fighting for you, okay? That's not beyond accurate as well. So perhaps someone is fighting for you because they feel that you're walking away. They can feel that you're emotionally becoming distant. Maybe you've also been building up to leaving something or someone. So take it how it applies. But this is a card of success. It means that you're not giving up. Good for you, and that more than likely you will get the desired outcome that you're seeking. Okay. So moving along, Aquarius, we have the Devil energy. So the Devil is a Capricorn card. So there we have more Earth with like the Eight of Pentacles, Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. So the Devil card, please don't be scared. A lot of people are scared by this card and the Death card. But remember, Tarot is here as a guide. It's here to guide you. Think of it as like a good friend giving you wise advice, okay, wisdom. There's a lot of wisdom in tarot. That's probably more than likely what I can say what pulled me towards tarot is just like this soul knowing and a connection, So I know that I was an astrologer and a tarot reader in a past life, so, if you believe in those sorts of things. So, so please don't be dismayed or, gasp or anything or say, oh no. So the Devil is basically advising you that there's something that you have an unhealthy attachment to. Now, only you would know if this is true. So I will offer some of the things it could be. This could be you have an unhealthy attachment to a relationship, a person, a substance, a pattern in thinking, how you treat yourself, how you treat others, whatever bad habits you have that you consider bad or not for your highest good. This card is kind of urging you to kind of see them, acknowledge them, because only self-awareness, only when we're aware of something can we change it, right, guys? So the Devil card is kind of it's prompting you to kind of question any unhealthy attachment. And like I said, it could be anything. It could be a person. It could be attachment. It could be a substance. Only you would know. But I'm more inclined because the rest of the cards, well, the last card actually imply a relationship. So you see how there's like two people here that are like kind of chained to one another. This could be that, Aquarius. And I also want to just say something that a lot of times we think staying in relationships that aren't great for us, we think that we're mistaken that a lot of times for love. And let me tell you something, Aquarius. Love is a lot of things, but love doesn't hurt, okay? Love is not unhealthy. Love is pure. It's kind. It's patient. It doesn't hold record of right or wrong. It's not I'm blaming you, you're blaming me. So I'm gathering, if I'm reading these cards correctly, if I can be so bold, that you're walking away from something, and this Devil energy is just a confirmation that you already know it's unhealthy, whatever it is. It could be an employer, a job, a career. You're not being treated how you should be treated. Take that how it resonates, but this is a card that implies that you already know that there's something unhealthy that you're attached to, okay? All right, Aquarius, let's move on. So I love this card, and we spoke about tarot being wisdom, right? So the Hermit, this is a Virgo card, another earth sign. So you must have a lot of earth in your alignment, or you're dealing with someone who's a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. Take that as it resonates. If you know your person's or sun, moon, and rising, or Venus, perhaps. So, just offering up a lot of what could be. So, or, what could be, rather. Okay, so the Hermit is, I was feeling this earlier on in the reading, too. So it's so funny that this Hermit card came out. So the Hermit kind of implies either you are, or you want to, or you should kind of go quiet for a little bit. Maybe you would just want to be tucked away in yourself to contemplate. Maybe you have a meditation practice. If you do, that's friggin' excellent. I always advise a meditation practice, because the world is not getting easier, life is not getting easier for us, and we just need somewhere to kind of retreat to. And for me, the retreat is in here. This is home. Home is not out here. The modern world, the ego world, it likes to think that the world, the real world is of the five senses. It's not, guys. And maybe you know this already. Maybe this is a new concept for you. But our inner world is the real world. So the Hermit card is kind of implying that perhaps maybe you've gone within, you've gone silent. Virgo energy is very contemplative. This is a very contemplative card. And in a traditional tarot, in like the Rider-Waite deck, I don't know if you guys know that, but if you don't, you can Google it. The Hermit is kind of depicted. Now let me see. Okay, so this is a man standing by a pole with a flashlight, right? But in the Rider-Waite deck, which I love the Hermit depiction and energy in that deck. It's kind of like a wizard. So a man goes into a cave to contemplate and meditate for I don't know how many years, but he goes in a young man and he comes out of he looks like a wizard, like he's got gray hair. I don't know if you guys know Lord of the Rings. He's like a Gandalf character, which I love. And he's holding a lantern. So what he learns in solitude, this is a card of solitude as well. Perhaps you're feeling that way, or you're already doing it. You're already in solitude, trying to figure this out. Trying to figure this out. So anyhow, he comes out of contemplation, he comes out of hibernation, he comes out of deep meditation, and he's carrying a lantern. Why is he carrying a lantern, and what does this flashlight represent? The wisdom that he's learned throughout his journey, throughout those years of contemplation, or time. It doesn't have to be years. Don't take this literally, okay? It could be a time that you've had that you need to kind of come back, sit back, distance yourself a little bit, which you already may be doing with the Eight of Cups, and look at the situation, whatever this is, from a detached perspective, okay? So, as if you're on the outside looking in. And then whatever you cultivate in this time period of solitude, or in this meditation, or in this time of contemplation, it will be something you're able to share with the world. The world meaning not the world at large sometimes, or perhaps it is your family, your friends, people closest to you, maybe even this person you're dealing with, or maybe even this person you're dealing with. But this is more or less a a solitude card. This is about you attaining wisdom, or perhaps there's someone in your life who's of this Hermit energy. I personally have someone older than me. I'm very grateful for. She is such a mentor and a guide for me, and perhaps maybe there's someone in your life too. So if this is someone outside of yourself, this card is advising you to maybe speak with them, ask them for advice. Maybe you already have, maybe you're thinking about it and you're just not sure, but this card is urging you to. So this card is also urging you to, again, just to recap, just to, maybe you just want to be coiled within yourself. Maybe you just want to go into contemplation mode. Maybe you just want to meditate, or maybe you just want to be alone for a little while. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that either. There's nothing wrong with being alone. It's the healthiest thing we can do, actually, outside of loving ourselves and honoring, respecting, and valuing ourselves, right? Okay, Aquarius, so let's get to the last card here I pulled out. So the last card here is the Two of Cups. And this is the card that kind of made me think that this is a relationship. Also the Eight of Cups, because remember, cups are about emotions. So the Two of Cups is a soulmate card, Aquarius. So you could be dealing with your soulmate. You could be wanting to leave something to find your soulmate, and you're rebuilding. So if this relationship with the devil energy, this unhealthy attachment to whatever it is, you're kind of wanting to build yourself back up to who you used to be before this situation, before this unhealthy attachment to whatever it is. And then you just kind of are, the Hermit card is also a card of reflection. So perhaps, whatever this is has passed, right? And you're just kind of looking back and you're learning from it, which is, honestly, it's the best thing you could do when you've gone through a hard time is, not be bitter, not hold on to anger, which is normal. It's a process. The grieving is a process, but you're ready to find your soulmate. Either you're ready to find your soulmate, or you have found your soulmate, or this involves your soulmate. Okay, so yeah, this is like an ultimate. The Ace of Cups is actually the ultimate love card, but this is the soulmate card. So let me just go over this again. Yeah, I'm gonna say that either you found your soulmate, you're on your way to finding your soulmate, you're kind of working on yourself so that way you can find your soulmate. That would apply here too. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just do a once over of these cards and see if anything else jumps out. I like to do that sometimes. I might even feel inclined to pull more cards, but let's see here. Let's see if something else jumps out. Yeah, you're definitely battling something. You're battling, this could be a past person who is toxic and no good for you. And that your Two of Cups, because you've gone the journey, you've stayed steadfast, you pulled back, you were in your hermit energy, you went into solitude, you detached from an unhealthy situation, whatever it is, your soulmate is coming. Okay, so the work is going to pay off. Remember, I told you the Nine of Wands is about a battle that you will be successful with. So, yeah, Aquarius, if you are waiting for your soulmate, it's coming. This is a confirmation that it's coming. He or her or him, they're coming. Um, yeah, and you're on the right track and you know exactly what you're doing. Aquarius is a sign of intelligence, so of course you guys know what's up. Um, all right, so yeah, so that's going to end the tarot aspect of our reading. I always pray that whoever comes to this reading, that they always get the validation they need, confirmation. So I hope that has happened for you. Now we're going to move on to the Oracle deck. So the cards I have for the Oracle deck are called Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards. So I already pray and ask the angels and ancestors, yours and mine both, to kind of guide us. And I love this deck. I felt so drawn to it. I was sick for a time a few years back, and a girlfriend of mine had the same illness, and we kind of were talking to each other, uplifting one another, and she was like, hey, I found this deck, it's really helpful. So as you can see, and I should say that this deck kind of resonated with me as like a shamanic, has a very shamanic, sacred, kind of nature spirity vibe to it. Very earthy as well. So you had a lot of earth coming through. So maybe your moon or your rising sign are in an earth sign, right? Or you could be dealing with someone who's an earth sign. Again, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. I just love the owl up here. Owls represent wisdom. I love the fact that she has angel wings, which kind of are bird-like. She's holding the baby deer, which implies meekness and gentleness and innocence, right? And then she has the crow. I say that's a crow. It could be a raven. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments what you think. And then this kind of cougar jaguar looking thing, which represents like the fierce energy. So you have fierce, you have gentleness, you have, you know, uh, the all-seeing eye, which would be the crow, and then the wisdom, that's the owl. Okay, so let me stop talking about this because I could talk about it forever, and let's get your oracle card so that way we can have a fuller understanding and a full read. Okay, so I like to say the oracle card kind of wraps up the reading, and yeah, so let's get that started. All right, so what do we have for Aquarius? Let's see. Oh, I'm going to use this one because I feel like this was meant to be. Trader. It says exchange energy or create abundance. And what did we say with that Eight of Pentacles? You're realizing a goal, some goal. And now Pentacles again have to do with value, material things, finances, money, right? Things of value like homes, a house. This could also be like perhaps you want to be more financially stable, so that way you can, when your soulmate comes, you're kind of complete in your own self, right? So take this as it resonates. I'm going to actually read from it came with a little guidebook here. Just give me one moment, Aquarius. I can see how it all ties into your reading. I hope you can as well. Let's see. Here it is. Okay, it says the message is make connections and exchange information, talents, or support, right? And then it says the trader brings the lesson and energy of exchange. I love that for soulmates. Soulmates is an equal exchange. You know, it's not someone's above one the other. You know, like so many relationships don't work out because one person's here in the evolution scale and another person's here. But this is about equal exchange, right? Sharing and giving equally. When he appears, he could represent an opportunity to exchange talents, whatever they may be, in order to expand or be about the exchange of energies that come from the universe. So again, this could be, you want to be an entrepreneur or you're starting your own business. Okay, so the cards indicated if you were looking for a yes or no, the cards indicated a yes, a big yes, with that Nine of Wands and the Two of Cups and the Eight of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. The Hermit card is a yes as well. The only card that may have been like a I don't know or a neutral card is the Devil. More on the no side, but you don't have to worry about that because you had more yeses than nos. So yeah, I mean, I know that entrepreneurship came up in the reading as well. So take that if it applies, and if it does apply, you will be successful, whatever it is you're working on. And remember, things that come slowly last longer. You know, it's the impulsiveness to get things out there, that we forget things, that we kind of trip over ourselves. So you just want to take it nice and slow. Pentacles are about building something nice and slow so that way it can be secure, okay? Let's see. For example, if you are a creative person or consider yourself creative, when you share your talents, you are giving them, and when you do so, the universe will give you more in order for you to share more. It's all a beautiful cycle. So something just popped into my head. This isn't going to be for everyone, but if it applies, you know, this might be for one or two specific people. You could be, and again, I just say what comes in. You could be a hairdresser in the hair, makeup, and beauty world. So perhaps you're considering like going out on your own and having your own salon. Again, that's only going to be for a few of you, but I'm so curious. Let me know in the comments if this applies to you, because I trust what comes in, and so I'm sure one or two or a few of you that's true for. All right, Aquarius, thank you for stopping by today. Again, I hope you received everything you came looking for and more. And yeah, so let me know in the comments how your reading resonated. God bless you guys. Until next time. Bye. Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your Tarotscope reading. This reading is good for whenever you're finding it. I like to always start out every reading by saying this is a general reading. A lot of people will be watching this, so if something doesn't fit, please don't try to make it fit in the reading. It's probably meant for someone else, and if you want a fuller picture, you can listen to your sun, moon, and rising, perhaps even Venus sign for just a fuller picture of what's going on, in confirmation, things like that. I will be pulling an oracle card at the end of the reading. Just to kind of get more information, as much reading as we can in this short of amount of time, okay? All right, Gemini, so thank you for joining me and clicking on this reading, okay? And being a guiding star with Ksenia, family member, I like to call us. All right, Gemini, I'm going to do my thing. So how I like to do this is I like to close my eyes and I say a little prayer. I talk to your angels, my angels, your ancestors, my ancestors, the angels in general, like the guardian angels, and mother, father. That's very important. It's very important for me to include them, and then anybody else who kind of wants to chime in. So let me just do my thing. I'll be right back. got for you today. By the way, guys, Mercury is in retrograde. You are a mercurial sign, ruled by Mercury. I hope it's been kind to you. I have, my Venus is in Gemini, so I don't know. I have had some miscommunications with people that I love, so I find it to be fitting. Or perhaps, actually, I don't know. Can somebody confirm in the comments whether or not Mercury is still in retrograde? Today is August 25th, 2024, American time. Yeah, I believe it said Mercury would go direct at the end of the month, so, hopefully I didn't miss the cutoff time. All right, Gemini, what have we got here? Anyway, so the point of me saying that was I hope it's been kind to you and not too harsh. All right, let's see. All right, Gemini. So, the first card we're going to start off with is the King of Swords. Now, the cards are not gender specific, so you could be a male or female. Please don't take gender as it has to apply. So it's all about energy, like in current energies when you're finding this. So the King of Swords energy is kind of like a sharp person, like sharp mentally. Swords in general are, they represent air signs, right? So it's just about intelligence, the mind, sharpness, clarity. So the King of Swords is a very curt person. Like, he knows what he wants. He's the king. He doesn't have time for kind of games. He values mental clarity. He values clear communication. He values respect. He's ambitious. He's intelligent. He or she is very driven. This is a very driven card. Okay, like probably the ultimate driven card. Like, there's nobody higher than a king. The only higher card than a king is the Ace of Swords, and that's the same thing. Because swords in general represent drive, curiosity. That's another one. Ambition. So this is a very highly ambitious and driven card. Now, I'm trying to look at the rest of the reading, but we'll go through it and see if there's any other clues here. So this could. Oh, you know what? Yeah. So swords, air signs aren't known for their, to be so warmth. Like, you guys kind of have a cool, detached kind of nature. And look, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, it's just the way you're built. It's your cosmic DNA. And not to say that you don't have a warmer moon, Venus, or rising sign, that gives you that warmth. But typically, you guys are all about the mind, wittiness. This is a very witty, social person, right? Which is Gemini is, the social butterfly. So take this how it applies. I would say that the King of Swords knows what he wants. Will stop at nothing to get it. So if this is you, or if this is someone you're dealing with, this could be you or a partner, or take it as it applies. Not just a partner, like a coworker, a family member, maybe your children, or someone that you kind of look up to and respect, someone who is respectable and always goes after their goals and gets it. Okay, maybe this is you, maybe this is someone else. I'm more inclined to say that this is more than likely you, Gemini. Okay, yeah, and then also something else that's coming in, like driven financially. Yeah, driven financially. That's something that just came in. So take it if it applies. Disregard it if it doesn't. Okay. So moving on, we have the Devil card. So the Devil card. First of all, please don't be freaked out by this. This came up for Aquarius too. So perhaps you have Aquarius somewhere in your alignment. If so, you may want to check out that reading, because this and another card came out in that reading for Aquarius. So I like to always say that people get more often than not scared of like the devil or the death card. So remember, tarot is here as a guide. It's only guiding you. It's like a lamppost on your journey as you're walking on your path. So the devil card is basically just pointing out, and you'll know if this is true. If it's not true, don't keep it. Like I said in the beginning of the reading, just discard it. But the devil energy implies that there's some unhealthy attachment here, some unhealthy attachment to anything, a person, place, thing, a substance, unfortunately, a terrible, an unhealthy thinking pattern, right? So anything that kind of blocks us from our higher self, if you believe in that, our higher self is like our soul self. It's like the part of us that knows everything already, the part of us that we're trying to catch up to, you know. So this is the devil is indicative of some kind of unhealthy attachment you have, and it could be to a person. So you see how this card kind of has two people chained to one another. So if you are determined with the King of Swords, keep this determination to break this unhealthy pattern, okay, or habit, or however it applies. If it's a relationship, listen, guys. If it's toxic, it's not good. I'm not here to give advice. I can only share with you my experience, and I can only read the cards as they come out. But if this is something toxic, get out before it's too late. Okay, please, for your own good, for your own good, Gemini. Okay. But if this is something other than that, this is indicative that you're aware of it, one, by the time you're hearing this reading, and two, that you kind of know what you need to do. And if you don't, call someone. They have all kinds of mental health uh, offers out there. All kinds of telephone numbers. You can Google a phone number for a helpline if you don't have like someone close to you they can call. Yeah, but so essentially, there's something going on here that you're unhealthy for you, and it could be a thinking pattern. It could be how you're thinking of yourself or this relationship or the job or whatever this applies to. Okay. Anyhow, so it's a call to uh, notice what's not working for you. Notice if there's anything unhealthy in your life. Notice if you have an unhealthy attachment or pattern, and just notice it. Okay. And do the work. Do the work that's going to that whatever's going to take care of this and get you over this. Do it. Okay. The goal of living is to kind of shed our lower self, right? So that we can vibrate higher, so that we can elevate higher. The devil energy is trying to keep you down. It's trying to keep you down to the ego world, which is the world of the five senses, and out of our birthright, which is the heavenly realms. Okay, so whatever this is, it's a call to kind of notice it and try your best to get out of it or get over it. Okay, and if you need help, there's help available to you, whether it be through family, friends. Geminis have no problem talking. It is the sign of communication. It's ruled by Mercury. If you don't already know that, there's a little tidbit for you, deeper peek into yourself. So, talk to someone, whether it be a friend, maybe it's a therapist, maybe it's, maybe you need to go away somewhere to get help. Whatever needs to be done, you must do it. Okay. That's what self-love is doing what we would for another person that we love. That's how I learned to love myself. I had to struggle with that. Here's a little tangent that I go on sometimes. Please bear with me. But I always say these things to kind of help. But I always heard the term love yourself. You have to love yourself before you can love anybody else. And I used to say to myself, well, what does that look like? What does it walk like? What does it talk like? And one day I had an epiphany, and I was like, oh my gosh, I do know how to love. I can love myself like I love other people. I can give myself the same grace and the same compassion that I offer to others. And I can give myself the same advice I would offer to others, And so that's where the journey to self-love first began. Actually, those are the steps I took, but the journey for me began when I found out that we are all spirit inhabiting a body. We're spirit having a human experience. So that like like changed everything for me. It gave me, and I've always kind of been like this, I'll be honest with you. If you listen to my first reading with Ksenia, I kind of gave a bio, or if you go on her website, there's a bio out there. I kind of always felt more comfortable with the invisible world, the spirit world, more than the earthly world. And so it's my journey this lifetime to kind of get comfortable with the earthly world, and live a very grounded earthly life. Because for me, my head was always in the clouds as a child. But enough about that. Let's continue on with your readings. So the next card we have is the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is a Sagittarius card. So some of these signs. Oh, and then the Devil card is Capricorn, and the King of Swords is Aquarius. Okay, so there's Aquarius again. So the Knight of Wands is kind of like a more youthful energy. It's like fun, and it's playful, and it's not really serious though. So if you're in a relationship, you could be dealing with someone that you're attached to with the Devil here, which is the attachment energy that's really, really, really immature. That's really not on your level. That may be a little bit of a player type, and maybe you're kind of you're tired of it. You want someone who's driven and serious and goal oriented. The Knight of Wands like just kind of flies by the seat of its pants. Like it doesn't really have goals. This could be you. This could be somebody you're dealing with. This could be actually this could be what's holding you back from realizing the life that you want is kind of like this more youthful, not serious, playful energy, right? Now, not to say it's not okay to have this. It's okay to have this. But if this is hindering your goals and what you want in life, then it's time to kind of get more serious. Or if this is a person, like maybe you want them to get more serious and get more focused and not just live by the seat of their pants, like wherever the wind takes them. You know what I mean? So this could either be you or it could be someone you're dealing with. But it's definitely a more immature energy. And the cards aren't gender specific, like I said, with the King of Swords. This could be male or female. It could be also, this is also coming in, if you're a parent, you kind of want your child to start taking their life more seriously. And that's only going to be for a few people. Because that was a very specific message, and typically they only come in if there's one or two people, or maybe even three, that need to hear that. So this could be about your child. Maybe you want your child to just stop playing around with life and kind of get more serious. This could be you. This could be someone you're dealing with. Perhaps you're in a relationship with a younger person, or a more immature, emotionally immature person. Okay. The positive side to the Knight of Wands is it's very happy, optimistic, hopeful, happy-go-lucky, laid back. So if this is your energy as well, or perhaps you have Sagittarius somewhere in your alignment, or perhaps you're dealing with a Sagittarius or someone who has Sag in their alignment, this would be them. Okay, this would be their card. So let's move along. This also came up in the Aquarius reading, so the Hermit. The Hermit card is kind of, if you haven't already, right, this card is kind of indicating pulling back from the world a little bit. It's indicating needing or wanting more solitude. Perhaps you're already in this energy. If you're not, I would say that all this thinking, because the King of Swords also, remember, swords are the mind. So all of this thinking, you just kind of could be of whatever this healthy attachment to is, or attachment is, and then whatever this more kind of emotionally immature energy is, you just need some time out. You need a time out. Either you're taking one, or it's something that's on your mind, and perhaps again, you're kind of yearning for solitude. Now with typical Gemini, that's not really the case, but you could have you could have signs in there. This is a Virgo card, so perhaps you have Virgo somewhere in your alignment. But some part of you just wants to coil up, or needs to coil up, and kind of just go radio silent for a little bit. Or maybe you just want to go away on vacation. Something you're going to do alone, or you want to do alone. Okay, so take that as it applies. And like I explained in the Aquarius reading, the Hermit is kind of like, if you can see the card, there's a man standing in the woods up against a is that a light post, I guess, I don't know, or up against a tree, shining a flashlight. So the hermit energy is kind of like whatever we learn in our lives in like deep solitude. Maybe you have a meditation practice. Maybe if you do, that's great. I'm an advocate for meditation practices. And the next card kind of is indicative that perhaps you already do. So whatever we learn in like, I find that intuition, it speaks louder in solitude. You know, if you have too much going on around you, it's kind of distraction and something that I like to call too much static in the channel, on the channel, you know, like from mind to brain. So mind, for me, brain is the catalyst for mind, right? So whatever the higher self wants to say, it kind of goes through the mind and filters it out to us. So the hermit energy, like pulling back, withdrawing, spending more time in solitude, alone, you know, on purpose. It's not like you want to just pull back from the world, but maybe you want to a little bit, you know? So, and I'm going to say you probably more than likely want to, because the next card is the fountain card. See this little infinity side? So this fountain card is kind of indigenous to the fountain tarot. And what I love about this fountain card, and what I love about this deck in general, is the purity. The first time I saw it and held it, I felt nothing but pureness from it. And it's just like so clean to me, if that makes sense. So the fountain card is all about connecting with the higher self. It's about meditation. It's about realizing that all is one, you know, and that's a journey in itself. But, you know, the hermit energy is like the first step, solitude, and then pulling back from the world, and meditation to kind of find your higher self within, that higher voice, that logical, wise voice within, which can only be found in either silence or solitude or pulling back from the world a little bit. Like, for example, let's say like you're going out every night, Gemini, which is not, you know, unheard of for you unless you have other signs in there, again, that kind of keep you close to home base. You know, maybe like cut it down to like 1 or 2 nights a week, and then spend the rest like doing something you love, like cooking or meditating or yoga or, you know, the gym, whatever's going to kind of get you out of your head. And the reason I say that is because we have the Eight of Swords is the next card. And the Eight of Swords is all about worry. It's about stress. It's about anxiousness, right? So I'm going to try to go over this this entire reading and see if anything else jumps out after I'm done giving you guys kind of a synopsis on this card. So the Eight of Swords, obviously you can see the swords are aiming right at her neck. She's in a dark place. She's very sullen. She's blind, so she can't really see straight right now. It's because she's in her head, and in her head too much. And mercurial signs like Aquarius, air signs, Gemini, that is kind of something you can be prone to. Virgo as well with the Hermit. You know, Virgos are mercurial as well, ruled by Mercury. So this is a card implying something right now you're having trouble seeing, and it's because there's too much chaos going on in the mind, in life. Take it how it applies. But if this is your energy, I firmly believe that pulling away from the world, quieting down your life is going to get you out of this energy, okay? The Fountain card is trying to indicate to you that it's time to connect with your higher self, okay? And that can only be done through sacrificing other things, you know, other things that we might love. If you've read my bio, I pulled back from the world for about 8 years to live a Buddhist life, and I got to tell you guys, it was like the best decision I ever made. It wasn't easy. It was very hard leaving everything I knew and loved, and which gave me joy, but I found something else by giving all of that up, okay? So if this is your card, guys, just kind of do something that gets you out of your head, whether it's listening to instrumental music is good, you know, spending time with your friends, your family. Being alone is never good when we're kind of anxious or nervous. And if you're having a rough time in life, you know, reach out to someone and you know, ask them if they can listen to you for an hour or however long you need to kind of talk about things. But talking things through is kind of like Oh, and not being alone and doing something you love, something that's going to get you out of your head, okay? And maybe you're having a difficult time in life. You'll know it if it's true. You know, going for a walk, guys. I honestly, like, just going for a walk in nature or anywhere works for me. Putting in my AirPods, listening to music I love, music that's uplifting. And I always like to say that if you're kind of like in your head a lot these days, you might want to try to consider listening to like calm meditation music. Like there's a station on Pandora about calm meditation music, because I find that listening to music with words sometimes can put you back, can put you right back in your head. So if you're just listening to instrumental music, it's just going to be like a journey of, you know, music, no words, it can't trigger the mind, it can only trigger the heart, okay? So let me just give this a once over, then we're going to move on to the oracle card. Let's see. Yeah, there's definitely something that you're attached to that's it's not helpful. It's actually, it's the opposite. It's counterproductive. Let me see here. Dealing with a more youthful energy, a more, or maybe, the middle of the deck energy is also, I forgot to mention this, excuse me. The middle of the deck energy, so I pull 6 cards, excuse me, and this is the third card. Yeah, the third card for both sides. So this could also be like the Sag energy is very happy-go-lucky. Like, maybe this is advice for you to kind of like, life's been heavy. Life is, it's been tough. Maybe there's a lot of indecision. Maybe you don't know which road to take, right? So just maybe this card is about lightening up. It doesn't have to be like a more youthful energy. It doesn't have to be like you're dealing with a Sagittarius or anything. Maybe the advice here is to just lighten up. And I would say with the 8 of Swords, it's definitely something you could use, because this is a very worrisome, worries, stress, things like that. I just repeated myself. Sorry, guys. All right, so let me just give it a once over before we go on to the oracle card. Yeah, guys. So I don't know if you have a meditation practice, but that is being like, it's jumping out at me. It's time to like quiet the mind and drop back into your heart. And that's what I was saying. Like, instrumental music will do that. Like, because sometimes it's so beautiful that it'll just do something to your heart. At least that's what music does for me. I'm hoping maybe you're the same. But yeah, so this is, if I could say it this way, the universe is kind of calling you. It's saying, come and sit with me. Come and let me give you rest. Come and let me give your weary mind rest and peace and clarity. And that can only be obtained by kind of pulling back a little bit. And from the looks of these cards, you kind of need it, Gemini. Okay? So I hope this was helpful. We're going to move on to the oracle card, and we'll gather more information. That's hopefully helpful to you. So we'll be pulling from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle card deck today by Kyle Gray. I love this deck. I was drawn to it immediately when it was suggested for me to get. For me, this deck feels kind of shamanic and sacred and just very naturey. So maybe you love nature. Maybe you were a shaman in a past life. Maybe you connect with that this way. But I just love the imagery. I love that she's a nature spirit woman. I love the deer, the doe, which represents gentleness and meekness. The crow, which is like, the third eye. The jaguar, which is like the fiercity. And then we have the owl and the sun behind it, by the way, let's not forget. The owl, which represents wisdom. And then, I don't know if you guys know this, but, like in Catholicism, when you see saints, like there's that halo around them. Well, the halo was actually, whoever created Catholicism, their way of kind of showing you the heavenly chakra, like the crown chakra. So I love the fact that the sun is in the background for this woman. So, maybe you're an enlightened being already. Perhaps maybe, the reading with the meditation cards were kind of just pulling you back to what you already know and reminding you, like, hey, you get like this when you're not coming and sitting with me, and me being the universe, mother, father, what, how, whatever you call it, love, God, uh, you know, source, all words apply, love. I don't know if I said that. But hey, there's love back there. All right, Gemini. So let's finish up this reading with a beautiful oracle card, excuse me, and get you some more information, okay? And if I'm not getting any information, it's not coming to me right away, I do have the kind of little guidebook that we can read from. So let's see, Gemini, what do we got? Whew. Ooh, the snake. And what did we talk about? We talked about, so this is shedding old skin, shedding old habits. Remember the devil, guys, the attachment, the unhealthy attachment to anything, it could be a person, a substance. But this to me, this oracle card is perfect for this reading. So, and snakes, again, everybody, I personally don't like snakes, but when it comes to symbolism, snakes are like one of the highest wisdom symbols. It's the Kundalini energy, if you know about the chakras. So this is all about shedding old skin, and I did see a lot of transformation on your part in a willingness. You're willing to do it. You want to do it, because we started out the reading with the King of swords, right? So again, the cards aren't gender specific. You could be a male or female. You had a goal in the beginning. The king of swords is all about goal orientation, ambition, motivation, determination. So you are determined to break some habit, and it's time to shed old skin for you guys, Gemini. Okay, so out with the old, in with the new, basically, to sum up this reading. I hope this helped. I always pray and ask that you guys receive guidance and confirmation, validation whenever you're finding my readings. I am only a channel, and I just so happen to know how to read tarot cards and interpret tarot. So thank you for being here with me again. Hope to see you soon next time. God bless you. Hello, Libra. Welcome to Guiding Star Astrology with Ksenia. My name is April. I'm your resident tarot card reader for the channel. Maybe you've seen me before. Maybe you're new here. If you're new, welcome to the Guiding Star family. I also like to start out my readings by saying this is a general reading, for a lot of people. So if something doesn't apply to you, don't try to make it fit. Okay, it's more than likely for someone else. Never do that, because then you won't kind of get what you're meant to hear, or maybe whatever message might be convoluted. I also suggest listening to your sun, moon. Oh, excuse me. This is your sun, your moon, rising, or Venus sign. Just kind of get a fuller picture of that. Really, like any sign you kind of feel called to. Maybe you're on a cusp, and like you feel like one sign more than the other, being on that cusp so close. Excuse me. So kind of listen to both, okay? If that's what calls to you. All right, Libra. So I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to kind of do what I do. I pray to my guides, your guides, my angels, your angels, the mother, the father, ancestors, mine and yours, okay? All right, Libra, so give me just one moment to do this, okay? I'll be right back. Maybe while I'm doing this, you can do the same. Beautiful, Libra. Gosh, air signs in general. I'm thinking probably Mercury retrograde. probably more than likely wasn't a great experience for you guys, given the fact that you know, your fellow Gemini is ruled by Mercury. But there is, I mean, yeah. So let's just get through the reading, and then perhaps it'll make sense why I'm saying this. So we're starting out with the Five of Coins. So coins, I use the Fountain Tarot. Coins in this deck are pentacles. So the Five of Pentacles is all about some kind of loss or disappointment in something you valued. It could also mean a loss of money, a loss of career, something you lost, a relationship. You know, perhaps this is about losing a relationship. But there's some kind of disappointment and sadness here. All right. Let me think of something else. So pentacles, something you value, something your sense of self-worth. This could also be self-worth because pentacles also rule security and stability. So however this applies, just take it, whether it be a job, a relationship, you know, let's see, a financial loss, a decrease in pay, like a demotion. So yeah, but something's going on here to where you're kind of disappointed and scared. So you'll know if this applies. Yeah, you'll know if this applies. So moving on, I'm going to say that this is probably, you already know because we have the Nine of Swords. Now the Nine of Swords, let's see. I'm used to the Rider-Waite deck, like, which has the original photos from the from the night, from all the cards. This is so the Nine of Swords is kind of like, Swords energy is all about like anxiety, worry. You know, you could be scared of something. Something could be scaring you right now. Maybe it's whatever you lost. You're kind of afraid of losing, that you've lost it. This is also, let's say, worry. It's not really a pleasant card, you know. Swords rule the mind, so maybe your mind's like kind of in disarray right now. Maybe you're like having anxious thoughts and feeling unsettled in your mind. You don't feel grounded. You're not kind of you're not, it's hard for you right now to kind of dip into your heart or feel your heart because you're more in your head. This is about heady energy over whatever disappointment or loss that you're experiencing. Okay, so let's continue on to try to get more information for you guys and put a picture together. So the Eight of Cups. So cups are all about emotions, feelings, right? Care. So the Eight of Cups has a few different meanings. So I'm just going to give them to you, and you take whichever applies. So the Eight of Cups is about walking away from something that's unfulfilling for you, whether it be a relationship. You know, I mean, you know, the Five of Pentacles could be, you know, a relationship that you valued, that it's now gone, or it's kind of, it's not in a good spot, you and your partner, or you know, whatever this is. It could be work related, but the Eight of Cups is indicative of walking away from something. So the Ten of Cups is the ultimate happiness card. So if this something that you're in that you weren't happy with, like all it caused was strife. Again, you know, could be a relationship, a career, some kind of financial, let's say, financial agreement with someone, you know, like, so you're walking away from that, okay, towards the Ten of Cups, which is total happiness. This is also a long distance card, so you and whoever else, if this is a love reading, whoever else, you guys have quite a distance between the both of you. And the third meaning, I mean, they have many meanings, but I'm just giving you like the general reading, meaning, excuse me, is like a more detached, kind of cooler energy from you, Libra. So this could be either someone you're dealing with that you're kind of feeling emotionally detached from, or you could be dealing with someone who you feel is emotionally detached right now. But hold on to hope, okay? Because I can see hope coming. So you dealt with some kind of disappointment, right? Or some type of disappointment or loss. you're kind of we're in your head about it, and you're kind of having trouble dropping down into your heart, because Libra, you're the sign of relationships. You love relationships, you love partnerships, you love being married. You just love essentially, and you have very high hopes, because all of the Libra people that I know, if you're not on the journey to an self realization, awareness, which is kind of becoming one with God. Uh, you guys are you want to be in a relationship. You want to be in a partnership. Let's say, like, maybe you don't want to do marriage again because you've been married before and it just didn't work out for you. You're fine with a companion. So, that, just stay hopeful, because hope is coming despite whatever just happened or is happening. You know, I'm gonna say it's already happened by the time you're finding this reading, but you'll know better than I will. Just let me know down in the comments if you can, Libra, if this is accurate. Okay. So then we have the Page of Pentacles. Now you could see this. I want to say that's a girl, but the cards, anyway, the cards aren't gender specific, so this could be a girl or a boy. But you can see he or she is playing in a field with a pentacle, right? So pentacle are things that we value. So she looks pretty happy to me. So she doesn't look like the Five of Pentacles, where it's kind of like sad and dreary and full of regret. Oh, this can be regret as well. There could be some kind of regret that you're kind of stressing over. And maybe you or someone else is detaching emotionally from you. You'll know if that's true, though. So the Page of Pentacle kind of gives hope. Now, pages are messengers, right? And so some message of value, some message of worth, that's going to make you happy, because she looks pretty happy to me, and joyful, right? So some message is coming, either about your finances, about someone you love, about something you value, something you treasure, something that gives you security, something that offers you stability. So a message is coming, and it's going to be pleasant, and it's going to change the way things have been for you. Perhaps this has already happened. I hope it has. And if it hasn't, I hope it happens sooner than later, okay? So then we have this Ace of Wands card. So wands are fire signs. Oh, and I should say that pentacles are earth signs. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. So you might be dealing with them. Swords are Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. And then cups are Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Pentacles we already went over. Now wands is fire energy. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, right? That could be somewhere in your alignment. It could be someone you're dealing with. Now this card is like motivation. Okay, so after all of this, I don't know what happened here, but something definitely happened here. Some kind of disappointment. Gosh, you were just coming out of something like really, really stressful. But these two cards, and then the last card is excellent as well. These two cards imply hope. You now have, so you've picked yourself up from whatever, you've walked away from something, potentially, and now you're inspired. You're like ready to go. You're like, whatever it is, bring it on. These hard times are meant to grow us, guys. They're not meant to, they're not meant to keep us down if we're down. We're meant to like rise from the ashes like the phoenix. Maybe that's a term that means something to you, or is symbolic of something that you're kind of just went through, or is maybe the phoenix energy is something that you can just relate to, or you resonate with. Okay, so anyhow, the Ace of Wands is all about courage. It's all about motivation, getting yourself back up, getting yourself back into the swing of things. If you were sad and depressed and full of fear and anxiety, you're like, not anymore. It stops here. It ends here. The buck ends here. It stops here. You're ready to go. You're ready to get back on track with your life. You're ready to get back to the things you love doing, the things you value, the things that bring you security. I'm not necessarily seeing this as a relationship, but it could be, Oh, also, I just want to add that pentacles are about self-worth and things we value, the material world. So this could have been something to do with your finances, something to do with something you value, like a home. It could be a person, but I'm just not seeing that here. But that doesn't mean it's not, okay? you guys would know better. But yeah, so you're like, yeah, let's fucking go. That's how you are right now. This is the energy that all of this BS that you just kind of went through and experienced is kind of going to lead you. If you're not here already, hold on to hope because it's coming. You will get your mojo back or your motivation back. You will start to feel enthused and happy again. You will start to feel motivated again. You will start to feel passionate again, okay? So hang on in there, Libra. It's coming if it hasn't already come. And then the last card of this spread, and then we're going to pull an oracle card to kind of like just get a fuller picture of the reading, is the Queen of Cups. So this card is so beautiful for this reading because it means that despite whatever setbacks, whatever heartbreak, whatever stress you've gone through with anything is kind of not going to change your heart, Libra. And that is something so beautiful. So remember how in the beginning of the reading I said that your mind is kind of blocking you from being able to get down to dropping back into your heart? You will, given this new motivation that's coming, this new determination, this new passion for whatever this is, getting out of whatever this is, walking away from something that doesn't serve you, Libra. And because you're the sign of relationships, it could very well be a relationship. But, you know, take that as it applies. But yeah, so the Queen of Cups, you're back in your heart. You're back, you're out of your head. You know, you got this certain bust of strength and energy, man. This is like so wild. Like it's like a total 360, if I could say that. And only you would know if that's true. But anyhow, so you're back, drop down into your heart, Libra. You're back home where you belong. Okay, essentially, whether it's for someone else, this could be for yourself. Maybe you're on fire for yourself. For once, you know, that could be true too. Maybe you're on fire for love once again. And that, I would say that is probably the sum up to this reading. You believe in love again. You're back down into your heart. Okay? So if that's true, it's so beautiful, Libra. It looks like you've had to go through some rough times to get here, to get to where you are today. Guys, please let me know in the comments if this is true or not. You know, I know that a lot of people could potentially be reading this, but I promise you that I read all the comments. I comment, I reply back to comments. I actually care. Like, if you book a private reading with me, I will follow up with you. That's just who I am. And gosh, I'm just so happy, Libra. I could just really jump up and down for you, honestly. I feel so happy with this Queen of Cups, honey, or darling, or, you know, male or female. You could be honey or darling. This brings me so much happiness for you, okay? All right, so let's get an oracle card to kind of sum this up. I've probably jabber-jawed for too long right now, and you're just sort of like, all right, get back to the reading, April. So we're going to pull an oracle card, and we're pulling from angels and ancestors, which is who I pray to before I start a reading. Like when I was closing my eyes, shuffling, there's my dog Ben, don't mind him. He likes to join in on the fun sometimes. So when I close my eyes, I'm praying to your angels and my angels, the ancestors, mother, father, father mostly, mother's wisdom, which is why I love this deck. It's a feminine deck, and listen, if you're male, you have feminine energy within you as well. Same thing with women, we have masculine energy. So we're all a blend of both, essentially. But anyhow, I love this deck because you can see the nature spirit woman. It has a very shamanic feel to it, Libra. Maybe you can identify with that kind of energy. It feels very sacred. And I just love the kind of halo of the sun, which is the crown chakra, the owl up there, which is wisdom, the crow, which is the third eye, and the cougar, which is like the fire and the, you know, like Jesus flipped tables in the marketplace, if you know that story. And the Buddha kind of laughed at silly questions, you know. They weren't really concerned with offending anyone, you know. Not that they went out and did it intentionally, but they just, you know, they were like, okay. Anyhow, moving along, so we have the doe there. So that's a very meek, innocent, gentle energy that the deer represents, okay? Or deer in general. All right, Libra, let's find your oracle card and wrap this up so you can get going to wherever you need to be. we're moving on to the next task. I just heard. Seems like you have a busy schedule. Things are going pretty fast for you right now, and I picked that up in the reading. It's like you're overwhelmed to some degree. Something is overwhelming you, but listen, you're going to drop back down into your heart, babe, and be just A-okay, alright? Okay, let's see what card the universe has for you, what wisdom it wants to impart. Ooh, I love this. Oh, wait, is there two? Nope. Yes, there's two. Okay, hold on. Oh, wow, we got 2 seasons. I'm going to use them both because they're 2 seasons. So we have autumn, but spring came out first, okay? So, whoop, let me do this. Hopefully that makes more sense. So, spring, see your seeds grow, and then autumn, release the old and rest. Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful and so timely, guys. I swear I love pulling these oracle cards because they're always on time. So here we have, so let me just gather this in my mind, given the reading. Well, we are going into autumn, okay? But I feel like that Ace of Wands cards was kind of like a springing you into something new, you know. So I'm gonna say that. Oh God, he's snoring. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. Ben, wake up, dude. You can't be snoring on my videos here, on the recording. So the spring, either whatever happened to you began in the spring. That's not too far-fetched to say, or in the springtime, whatever it is you're kind of working hard or going through, by then you'll be completely healed. That could be indicative of healing. However, the spring also brings what was formerly dead alive again, right? And I feel like that's the motivation. That's the Ace of Wands card that we pulled. So you're coming back into the spring of your life. Like it's something is starting anew for you, and I feel so happy, Libra. I can't explain it. You guys will just have to know the kind of person I am. I really do. I can feel happiness for strangers, essentially, because in my mind we're all connected, we're all one, right? So I can already feel you. So something old has died, and the spring, something anew is coming, right? So even the autumn card says that. It says release the old and rest. And I would say, given the sadness and the turmoil in the beginning of the reading, I would say that you probably do need rest. And the autumn is such a cozy time, you know. It's just like such a cozy, pretty time, you know, the foliage, the leaves changing, the trees. So this is releasing the old, which I believe you're in the process of, or you already have. Well, let me get this card straight here. Either you have or you're about to release something and start anew, and find anew, by the way. And then the autumn card. So this is very timely as we're heading into September, into the fall, if you're of the northern hemisphere. You know, Canada, North America, anything above the equator, essentially. So yeah, I find that these are like, we couldn't have even pulled 2 perfect cards. Now, guys, I pull this oracle deck all the time. I've never had 2 stick together. So I firmly believe that this is your message. So release the old and rest. Get your rest. You know, you have a lot. You have a lot to do. So make sure you're resting, okay, Libra? And then see your seeds grow, right? So if you chose yourself, you're about to see the fruition of that, and that's dropping back down into your heart, finding or believing in love again. It could be for yourself, it could be for someone else. It doesn't matter, you know. It's all good, essentially. All right, Libra. So we're gonna wrap this up here. Thank you for coming and listening. Let me know how the reading resonated with you or didn't in the comments below. And until next time, God bless you, Libra. Thank you.